Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, back on another video here today, and we're going to be recapping week 15. Obviously at this point you guys really don't care about the recap video because we're already in week 16. I'm falling behind, got to get all my recordings done. I got to get like a good 10 recordings done in the next like few hours, so I'm going to get them done and I'm going to go through this. So instead of our game by game recap, I'm just going to talk about each game in a very big blanket statement as I go through week 15. Still make this a good 6 to 8 minute video, but still kind of talk about some content here and maybe some playoff implications, team implications, stuff like that. So we'll start off with the Rams 49ers as the first team right here. Rams won 12-6. Poor game on both parties. Neither team looked very good defensively. I guess it was fine, but it was very boring. Probably one of the worst games of the year. Congratulations, Rams. You beat off the 49ers. Boring-ass game. I mean, they couldn't really help it for half the game, I guess, for the weather, but the other half was still shit anyway, so good for y'all. Rams 49ers, thumbs up. No one wants to watch you play, apparently. Commanders Saints, kind of in the same regard. This wasn't a very entertaining game. Commanders made some mistakes, were barely kind of keeping ahead. The Saints kind of made do with what they did. Derek Carr got hurt, or was hurt after the game, I guess, because I think he did play through it. Commanders ended up winning by a narrow margin. Granted, the clock didn't stop for the Saints, and so the Saints would have ran out of time, and they're, basically 2-yard line, but whatever. Either way, the Commanders take up the win, and they're looking all right, but I think they still are. They're kind of like the Broncos and Chargers, in my opinion, where they're just too young to really make a big impact against any big team, but in the next couple of years could look good depending on the coaching and the players drafted. Chiefs Browns, this was just a very unfortunate game. I mean, Browns never had a shot. Chiefs were in control of the whole game. Jameis Winston threw a bunch of picks. Patrick Mahomes got injured, but he should be fine. He'll probably play through the next game and probably go ahead and clinch the 1 seed in week 16. Either way, Chiefs, again, defensively, they're a mastermind. Offensively, they were fine, but not like great. Browns across the board were just shit. Bengals, I mean, I swear, the Bengals defense is just got to be. It's every year something different with the Bengals. The O-line for the first couple of years, so after the Super Bowl, the first 2 years after that, pretty much was the O-line was just shit. Now this year's their defense is just shit. I mean, their defense was never great, but it wasn't shit before. And when you let the Tennessee Titans get 27 points on you, it's pretty damn piss poor. This game was actually kind of entertaining because the Titans actually looked good for once, while the Bengals just put up the numbers that they usually do. But it's just insane to me that the offense has to play to the caliber they do in order to stay in games. Dolphins Texans, not great game, but not like horrible. Dolphins played piss poor. Texans didn't play much better. Really relying on Joe Mixon, but when Joe Mixon doesn't produce, it doesn't end up being a great week for them. So we'll see. They did get the win though. They stay easily ahead in the AFC South. I think they clinch it with a win this week. So good luck to the Texans. Dolphins, unfortunately, this does kill off their playoff hopes a little bit, which is a shame really, because they are a team that I could see really being fun in the playoffs. Them and the Bengals could both make a really fun impact in the playoffs, I believe, if they have a warmer climate game. Granted, a couple of teams that are big mainstays in the playoffs are going to be, colder weather, so probably not see the Dolphins. So never mind, we're good leaving you off. Ravens Giants is about what you expected. Derrick Henry really didn't get involved as much. It was Lamar Jackson's game pretty much across the board. Giants, you played, you existed. It's a whatever. Jets Jags, Jets again. This goes back to the how piss poor do you have to be as a team to let the Jags score 25 points on you, and you got to beat the Jets is what really the moral of the story here is. A fine game by the Jets, but at this point piss poor, too late. Jags didn't actually look that bad under Mac Jones, but we'll have to see how the offense actually runs going forward. Defense playing I guess, but that's about it. Cowboys showing a little bit of life in their team, showing their defense is not completely shit just yet. Their offense still, I mean, it's running, but you can just tell it's not running at the same caliber as Dak Prescott had it running. Panthers, they have a little bit of revitalization there, but this game was definitely pretty piss poor for Bryce Young. Did not play well, did not play up to the standards, but maybe maybe with another year, Bryce Young kind of take under the mantle. He's showing flashes, which is good, and they just need a better core team around the Panthers. Bucks, Chargers. I mean, Chargers are a confusing team. So are the Broncos, honestly. Chargers and Broncos. The AFC is really just the 3 teams on the AFC, and that's pretty much the Chiefs, the Bills, and I guess the Ravens and the Steelers. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So Chiefs, Steelers, Bills, and Ravens. Probably just the 4 teams. The wildcard teams don't matter in the AFC. I think they matter in the NFC. Don't think they matter in the AFC. I think it's just top 4 teams are the best teams. I think the Broncos or Chargers could get an upset, but if they play like they did Chargers on week 15, Broncos in their Thursday night game against Chargers, It's just not going to happen for them. Bucks, they looked amazing though. Holy crap, the Bucks look good. Again, I am telling you guys, the Bucks have been looking on fire recently. Very good game by them. Chargers couldn't get anything going. Pretty piss poor. Colts, I mean, you've seen the memes. You've seen Jonathan Taylor is like basically beat himself up for the drop at the end zone. I don't think that really would have mattered. It would have changed momentum, but I think at the end of the day, 11 points is a lot of points is scored differently. So take that as you will. I think the result still would have been the Broncos' victory, but definitely took the win out of their sails. Broncos defense stepped up. Broncos offense stepped up a little bit near the second half, and Broncos get the win. Colts, you just did not play well, and I think that kills your playoff dreams. Patriots, Cardinals is fine. Cardinals, Trey McBride played well. Patriots defense, they just didn't play. They haven't been playing to the standards they needed to for the last couple of weeks. While Drake May has shown good flashes here and there. This will be a very good core team for both these teams going forward. Good showcase for what they have going into next year. Bills Lions is an offensive showdown. This was a very entertaining game, kind of inverse to the game we talked about earlier with the it's called Rams 49ers. The Bills Lions, probably the most entertaining game of the year, just because it was an offensive showdown. If you don't like scoring, if you don't like offense, then don't watch this game. But this was a damn good game in that regard. I mean, Lions defense sucks, and the Bills let up way too many points against a really high-powered Lions offense. It's kind of coming down to, luckily, both these teams have good offenses because they can put up these 40-plus point games. But man, these defenses gotta step it up. Bills in the regard of just they gotta get consistent and be able to play to the higher standard offenses. Meanwhile, the Lions just have to piece together something. They're on their like third stringers at this point in some cases. So I don't know about the Lions at this point. They make me a little bit nervous for the playoff bracket making. So we'll see how it goes. But Lions, I think they still got a damn good shot at getting that 1 seed. But they are competing against the Eagles and the Vikings for that 1 seed. And it's not, I don't know. Got me a little queasy at this point. So we'll see. Steelers, Eagles. Saquon masterpiece. I shouldn't say masterpiece. It was a Jalen Hurts game. Saquon was involved though. Steelers defense did not step up as much as they usually do. Steelers offense could not do anything. I think this is the Steelers against good teams, but the Steelers against bad teams can lock people down, which is really interesting to see. I mean, the Steelers are just playing like classic Steelers at this point, but I think they have a slightly better offense in all respect. I think their offense is running way better than it usually does or has in past years. Eagles though are just a whole different team. Honestly, the Eagles might be a low-key top 3 team. I mean, like a top 2, top 3 team, because they are on all cylinders playing perfect football. Their defense is playing well. Offensive line is playing well. Saquon's playing immensely well. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith immensely well. Jalen Hurts is a passable quarterback. I think he's doing just fine for that offense. This is kind of a scary team, and I don't know. I don't know what how the Eagles are, but we'll see. Packers, Seahawks. Not much to say here. I mean, the Seahawks just kind of stuck this game. Packers just had control of the game. Really nothing too impressive from the Packers. It was just Seahawks had nothing going on. So take that as you will. Vikings, another big points up on a different division rival against the Bears. Vikings are looking good, looking very, very solid. Honestly, their defense is producing really, really well here going into the last stretch of the NFL season. Meanwhile, their offense is just still clicking. Whether it's Jay Jettas, whether it's Jordan Addison or T.J. Hawkinson, they are running this offense. Yeah, the Falcons Raiders, pretty boring game as well. Not a great game to watch, but I mean it was fine enough. The Falcons get the victory in a very close matchup. Raiders couldn't get anything on offense. Falcons couldn't get anything on offense, and eventually I think one random score happened for the Falcons. I forgot even who got it. Yeah, and Kirk Cousins looked like shit. So Michael Penix getting the start. It's going to be very exciting to see the Falcons this next week to see if they can make that final playoff push. Meanwhile, the Raiders, I don't know about you Raiders. I'm just going to move on from you. And that is it. As you see, Thursday night game has already passed, so we're going to talk about the power rankings here in just a moment as well. Of course, I think you'll see my prediction video next, which I have not even done anything for the predictions or the leaderboard or anything like that. So thumbs up for me. I am doing a great job. Hope you all did enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.